Hello, Frozies! McFrozen Nuggets here, and yes, I am back doing yet another Marvel Legends figure review, and this time is the Marvel superhero who has always been my favorite ever since I first saw him in the original trilogy, Spider-Man! And this is actually him in his upgrade suit, the red and black one from Spider-Man Far From Home. And first off, take a look at the packaging. And here it is. Just says Spider-Man, but we obviously know it's the upgrade suit from Far From Home, red and black one. As part of the Molten Man Build-A-Figure wave. Here's the side, very nice artwork of Spidey, and the other side is the exact same. And then here is the back. Really like the blue background behind him, really makes it pop. And Spider-Man's description. You can pause it if you want to read it. And then here's the lineup of figures for the Molten Man wave. Actually, all of them except for this Spider-Man can actually build or contain a piece for Molten Man. Here's Mysterio, Spider-Man in his stealth suit, and then Hydra Man, Doppelganger Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, and Scorpion. Those four being comic book figures, these three are actually movie figures. So, yeah. I picked this guy up at Walmart for $18.99, along with Worthy Captain America a couple months ago. And I actually wanted to get just Spider-Man, but I had no idea that I was gonna find Worthy Cap there either. So that was definitely a huge draw for me. And this was actually my first Marvel Legends figure that I ever actually unboxed. Because obviously, as I said earlier, Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel superhero. Ever since the classic Sam Raimi trilogy, I've been a huge fan of him. Even when I'm not thinking about him, I do the iconic swipping. And when he got introduced into the MCU, I was kind of hesitant about it because it was already like way past the start of the MCU, and I didn't think I was gonna be able to get caught up. But by the time just before Avengers Endgame came out, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go through the entire thing. And when I got to Captain America Civil War, his debut in Spider-Man Homecoming, I absolutely loved him. He is easily one of my favorite characters in the MCU. Iron Man and Cap are obviously two of my other favorites, but I think as of right now, he's number one. But anyway, here's a look at the figure. This is obviously based off of how Todd McFarlane actually drew Spidey from back in the day. This side and the back. We have like the white spider logo on the back. Definitely very cool looking. Now, obviously, as far as accessories go, he actually only comes with a pair of these closed-fisted hands, which are actually kind of gripping hands. And presumably, he was supposed to have some sort of webbing that came with him, but at the last minute, Hasbro possibly canceled it. But he also has his two iconic whipping hands, which obviously is a must for any Spider-Man figure, in my opinion. Now for the articulation. He's got a rocker joint for the head. You can obviously turn his head full 360 on a ball joint. He's got butterfly joints for the shoulders, ball jointed arms, double jointed elbows, and then rocker pivot for the fists, a ratcheting ab crunch, and then ratcheting waist swiveling, thigh swivel, and then double jointed knees, and then ball jointed feet with the rocker pivot. And obviously, I will link to Cheftron's review of this guy in the description below as well, so you can see his opinion on this guy. As you can see, he got him on a Lego base plate so he can stand relatively easily. Now, obviously, if you've seen my other reviews, I have done a couple other Marvel Legends figures reviews. The previous one I did was on Worthy Captain America. It's definitely very Spidey, and obviously Spidey is definitely very short in comparison to Cap. And it's actually kind of cool actually having these two, since they actually kind of have their first interaction in Civil War when Spidey took Cap's shield. He was like, "Big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone." It's definitely one of my favorite scenes with Spider-Man in the MCU. And then what is rumored to be one of the most unusual of team-ups with Captain Marvel. Now, personally, I don't want to get into it too much, but I want Spider-Man to be in Captain Marvel 2. I want Captain Marvel to be in Spider-Man 3 to help him sort of clear his name and take down supposed Kree cells on Earth. Anyway, as you can see, he's also shorter than Carol, since in the MCU, Spider-Man is actually pretty young, even younger than the Sam Raimi trilogy. But these two actually still look pretty cool together. I will admit, they actually look pretty nice together. So obviously, I highly recommend getting this Spider-Man figure. I actually wanted to get him really badly when it was announced that he would be leaving the MCU back in August of this year, when DC and Sony could not come to a new agreement. But I still wanted to get him, even after it was revealed that he would be back in the MCU for 2 more movies. His 3rd movie and another appearance. But definitely glad I got him. And again, I got him at Walmart for $18.99. His normal retail price is $20. Or $19.99 rather. But again, I highly recommend picking this guy up. If you're a huge fan of Spider-Man, definitely a must-buy for you. And that is pretty much it for this review. Again, I'll link to Cheftron's review of this guy in the description below. I'll also link to my other 2 Marvel Legends figures, Captain Marvel and Worthy Captain America. Social media links are in the description as usual. Drop a like if you enjoyed this, and as usual, don't forget to keep it rigid.